Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan Lego review, and in this video I'm going to be doing a comparison of these three sets. Now I'll put in the description all the details of the sets, but I thought I'd make this video just to show a comparison of the three. I'm not aware of any other video on YouTube that has actually shown these three sets, and the reason why I'm showing these three sets is in the original Star Wars films I always liked the Imperial Shuttle the best. And since the, shall we call it, the Disney era of Star Wars, I think that, with some of the new ships are actually pretty cool, such as the Kylo Ren ship and also Director Krennic's. So, again, I thought it'd be interesting just to show the three of them together. And to give this video a bit of substance, I thought that I would actually analyze the three of them and just compare them, some of the specifics of each one. So let's get into it. Now in terms of price, the ship here on the left is the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. It retailed for $99.99 and it has 937 pieces. So by my calculations it has an average price of 10.7 cents per piece. The Kylo Ren's command shuttle is the biggest of the three, and it has 1,005 pieces. It retailed for $119.99 US, and that gives us a price of 11.7 cents per piece. And the Director Krennic's Imperial Shuttle is the smallest of the three. It has 863 pieces and retailed for $89.99 US, which is 10.4 cents per piece. Now, of course, analyzing the cents per piece, it doesn't take into the account how large each piece is. Also, some pieces do cost more to manufacture than others. But, these three sets are fairly similar, so I think we are more or less comparing the same thing. So this one is the best value. Again, 10.4 cents per piece, 10.7 cents per piece, and 11.7 cents per piece. Now in terms of the next category, the displayability, this one is a bit harder to measure because of course we're not taking averages, we're actually looking at what you see. And I would say that they are all fairly similar in size. Now this one actually I have modified so that the wings open up. However, I did do that using all of the existing pieces in the set. I have not used any additional pieces to allow it to do that. And also what you see in this video may be influenced by the actual stands that I'm using, and these were not, again, obviously included in the set. But I think generally, yeah, size-wise, they're all fairly similar. The big advantage that this set has is that you can actually display it in flight mode without actually using any stands. So if I took these three stands away, then this set in particular would actually, you could display it probably the best, because they all do look a lot better in flight mode. But yeah, other than that, I think in terms of physical size, this one is probably I think it's the biggest, because you can see there it's actually a bit higher than Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Obviously the stand is a lot higher, but even the base of it actually goes, the tip of the wing actually goes lower. So I think, although of course Kylo Ren's ship is actually going out, if it was going up it would be a bit taller. But they're all pretty similar, I think, in terms of size. But in terms of physical presence, I think this one is probably the biggest, then Kylo Ren's command shuttle, then the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. But I think ultimately how they look and display probably has a lot more to do with which set you like the best, which I'll cover at the end. So to be inconclusive, that one. In terms of playability, let's actually have a look at all of the features on each set. Now I haven't written these down, so I'm sure I'm going to forget something, but let's actually have a look at how many different points of articulation or things that you can move. So with the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium, you can of course lift up the canopy, so that is one thing that moves. These two things do actually, these move down, so that's 2, 3, and then these also move, so that's 4 and 5 things that move. These two doors open up on either side, so that's 6, 7. These two wings also move up and down, so that's 8 and 9 for this wing. And then there is also the landing skids. So these, oops, running out of hands here. So these also move, the landing skids, to put it in flight mode. They don't move particularly well because the wings are out. And then there's also a door and a hatch here that also move. So by my count, that is 11 points of articulation. Moving on to, sorry for the wobbling camera. So for Kylo Ren's command shuttle, we have the door here opens up. Oh, and yeah, we should probably include the spring-loaded shooters. So actually this has 2 spring-loaded shooters as well. So that's 13, 12, 13. So for Kylo Ren's command shuttle, we have the door 1, the back of the door 2. There are 2 spring-loaded shooters down here. So that's 3 and 4. Now the wings, I'm not going to count them moving because in the original build they do not do that. However, they do move down using the latches at the back. I've reviewed all these separately if you want to see them in more detail. So that is, I've lost count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this does actually have 2 little winglets on the side. So that's 7 and 8 on either side. And then there is also, from memory, there is a door underneath the bottom of it, similar to the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. So that is 9 different points of articulation. And again, I'm sure I'm going to be missing something, but let's call that 9 for now. So 13, 9, and then for this one, we have this opens up, this opens up, these 2 side panels open, so that's 3, 4. The 2 wings obviously move, so 5, 6. 2 spring-loaded shooters under here, so 7, 8. Then there's also a door at the back, so that's 9. And then these also move, do they? Oh, they don't. Okay, they don't move. So this one also has 9 by my count. 9 things that actually move. So I guess from that measurement, it's fair to say that the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium wins with, what was it, 13, I think. Let's have a look at the minifigures now. So this set comes with 5 minifigures. 3 of them are named characters, 2 of them are generic, so we get 2 generic troopers, and then of course Leia, Han Solo, and Chewbacca. So 5 minifigs in that set. Then for this set we have 6 minifigs. So one of these 3 is, 2 of the 6 are named characters, so you have General Hux, and of course you have Kylo Ren. And we have 2, I forget what these are called, command pilots or something like that. So 6 minifigs, 2 of them named characters. Kylo Ren does also come with the cape. And then for Director Krennic's set, we get 6 minifigures, and 4 of these are named characters. So you get Krennic, Pow, Bodhi Rook, and K2SO, and then the 2 Death Troopers, which even though they are generic characters, I think are very, very cool. So I think minifigure wise, I'd probably say that this set is the best of the three of them. So yeah, overall, I guess analytically, it'd be probably fair to say that this one is the best, because not only is the average price the cheapest, but also because the piece count is also the lowest, it would be overall the cheapest. And when you have all three of them side by side, it's not particularly obvious that it actually has over 200 pieces less than the one right next to it. And also I think the fact that you do get so many great minifigures in the set, and also that the size of it, well, as I was just saying before, is so big, probably from a value perspective would be the best. But I think overall, you know, if you're going to choose one, just choose the one that you like the best. And, you know, they are all three terrific sets. I think this one is definitely the most iconic of the three. Obviously, it's from the original Star Wars trilogy. This one, I think Lego will re-release this at some point, and they'll do a much better job of it. They'll have the wings opening up properly without having to modify it. They'll also do it in black, although I'm kind of glad they did do it in grey, because now the three of them together gives you a nice combination of black, grey and white. But yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Force Awakens, you know, trilogy. I don't think the movies have been that good, so I don't feel particularly you know, attached to that. But it also depends the you know, the angle as well that you see them from. But, you know, overall, I think three terrific sets, and I would definitely recommend all three of them to your collection. So thanks for watching, and yeah, please leave a comment which one you like the best. I'll see you in the next video.